Only watch your step. This place can be a little rough.
I'm ready for anything.
And here we are. Smuggler's Moon, episode 3.
Only took 5 times.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we finally got the video going too, which is
what
great.
up with the hardware failure?
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised. You got like a very nice rig going on.
Something's wrong with your video stream mobile platform, you piece of shit.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, we have some news recently in the Star Wars world. Meryl Streep potentially playing Carrie Fisher's character of Princess Leia in the next installment of the trilogy.
What does that even look like?
Meryl Streep.
Okay, wait, first of all, where is this rumor coming from?
Well, it's a petition.
It's a petition, and there was also Disney was talking about it. It's a big thing going on all over the internet. I have no clue where they're going with it though, in terms of
what do you use? Like, okay, so there's one of two ways you go about this. You
Yeah.
go the super subtle, like it's not recast. She didn't die.
She didn't die.
Everything will proceed without being talked about.
Yeah.
Or like they can make her,
you just go like, just fuck right off.
Yeah,
Can't
exactly.
follow up.
Yeah.
I think they should.
Well, how would they kill her off though? That's what I want to know.
This is it. They left her. So like they could have easily done a character swap with Episode 8. Like had Luke not be a Force Ghost and Leia a Force Ghost because you
Yeah.
show her as this like her Space Jesus flight in Episode 8.
Yeah.
Could have
Yeah.
easily just been okay. She just disappears into. But of course, how do you prepare for the actress dying, right? Like,
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, we don't.
Well, they've done a really good job with CG advancements in Star Wars.
That's what I'm thinking. What if they go that route?
So
But
you're saying you plaster her face on.
you can't do that for the whole movie, unless she has minimal parts to the point where it's just like Rogue One, where Tarkin had his minimal parts here and there, and you saw his face and he was talking. They had the voice.
In
coming
Episode
out.
8, Leia wasn't even really in it that much. Besides her
Actually,
fucking,
no, she was.
Besides her fucking like, oh, and like floating back to the
Where
airlock.
do they leave it that? So like, what is expected of her in Episode 9?
So
where
in-
did 8 put her up to be?
8 left her in the final scene talking to Rey in the Falcon and saying that the rebellion was reborn. Well, Luke was talking about the rebellion being reborn. I don't know how, but it is somehow. They just said it, and it's happening.
They said it, so it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I will not die today. The rebellion will be reborn. But yeah, no, I
Well, the Republic's gone though. The Republic gets just plastered.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. So, I guess Leia would be the helm of this rebellion.
So she's got a pretty title role.
She does, and they
Leia?
set her up for that.
So okay, so this could be so catastrophic, realistically.
Yeah.
It's Luke's sister, like literally the main character's sister.
Yep. And now that the Skywalkers are basically all gone besides Ben, and Ben is the only remaining
Is Rey a Skywalker?
No,
We're gonna
that's
sensitively say no.
yeah,
Very likely
definitely not.
That
There's
would
no
be,
way.
that would be really good.
But we know that Leia is going to be the only remaining Skywalker on the light side of the Force, and now she's gone. In real life, unfortunately, IRL.
As they say.
And not IRL,
Unique
as they
space.
say on the internet. But yeah, no. I think that they should leave her out of the film.
You just do a full like 10 minutes in, you go, okay, she was killed
No.
in a bombing
Actually,
run or
no.
something, or just
No.
not talk about her at
A
all.
lot of people have been arguing for that to be a thing at the beginning, is like have her funeral or something like that, something where we're able to mourn as a fan base.
But what if she dies of old age?
What if that was the opening sequence?
No, I think it would be it would just be like the same way that they wanted to do the Han Solo thing. Ryan Johnson made a good point about not having Han Solo's funeral. I think they should have had Han Solo's funeral maybe like 20-30 minutes into the movie. They didn't even think of that idea. Apparently, he had an interview with a few people, and he said that no, it wasn't really a thought to make Han Solo's funeral.
What do you think about how short of a timeline, like after Episode 7, Episode 8 is? It's like within 30 days or something like that, right?
Oh,
I
it's
think
in,
it was
like,
like
minutes.
I think it was 3
Or
days.
is it at least
3 days.
Yeah.
So I'm very okay,
Yeah, or 3 or 4,
Just
not
do
minutes, but like
Well, I mean,
It's definitely not like the transition
certainly
from Rogue
leads
One
into
to
one another real quick.
Yes.
what
for sure.
was the ending of this episode 7? What was the ending of it? So they destroy the Republic. Starkiller Base blows up. They're literally in their ships, right? So I assume that like
It ends the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Kind of shot.
Remember? Yeah.
yeah, so they're in the ship. So I'd say it takes place in like a day after.
It's
A couple
very,
days.
within a
Yeah.
because you have Finn get injured at the end of episode 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still in the
with
pod.
his fight, so he's in
Yeah.
a pod, so he's in a killing pod. So let's say max from 3 days to 30 days.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the window.
But
if they do that with episode 9,
yeah.
they have they have to address her death.
Well, the thing is, remember we were talking about where we want episode 9 to go? So we want episode 9 to be years after for the development of Kylo to actually be this unstoppable bad force, right?
I want to see the development of those
Villain
kids.
worthy of
Yes.
Vader.
I want to see the development of those kids at the end of the movie.
Which
That was
kids?
the only thing I was looking forward to. The kids who had like
Broom kid.
broom boy, like the
Broom boy.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Sweet boy.
Sweepy boy. Fiddler on the roof. Chim chimney. It's Mary Poppins.
Well, I can't really imagine them recasting the character after 5 episodes.
It's because
and
Meryl
people
Streep
not-
looks so different.
Well,
I wouldn't be able to get over
regardless
that.
of who they do.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one aside from her daughter stepping in, because she's in this movie.
Yes.
I don't know whether you have her take a role. She's an established character, like as an ode to the fans. You know, you actually have the daughter in the room. I don't know whether that's a way to go about it.
Well, so my idea for if she lives, and if they don't be like she's dead, you know, she's dead, is that you have her venture off just like Luke did somehow, but to look for an ancient relic, an ancient Jedi relic of some sorts.
But how
That
would
would be
she?
such a departure from her character.
I know. How would she
But
know
such a
about that? When has she
integral
ever
piece of
been like
rebellion.
spelunking for Jedi artifacts though? Like you know
She's
what I mean?
always been a bastion, like a part of the rebellion.
Yeah.
She's just
such
like a political
She's the
figure.
homebody of the rebellion. Like she's literally always with them. Like she never leaves their side.
Like a political figure, you're saying?
She's
Yeah.
always been that.
She's
Think
the
about
pseudo-leader
Opening of
almost.
episode 4, Senator. She's been like captured for her involvement in the rebellion.
Right.
Like, that's all we've known of Princess Leia, to be part of the rebellion.
But
And
now with
it's
the
come to
whole,
fruition.
force power thing, maybe they could delve deeper into the idea of her, you know, trying to look for some form of Jedi artifact, something
How about
like along
this?
those lines. Okay.
How about
go?
they have her die,
Yeah.
and she becomes a Force ghost, and that is a much easier target to CGI.
That would be good.
CGI, or even my idea of it would not even be, even if they don't want to do the CGI, do some form of audio stuff, because the way that shit works now is just absolutely
Deep
insane.
faker.
Like you can literally just
Deep fake.
just deep fix her the same way they did with Alec Guinness in Force Awakens. They had Alec Guinness go Rey, but they like obviously it's one word,
Yeah.
but you had Alec Guinness's
interesting.
line from that.
Because they have hours and
just
hours of
mix it up.
dialogue to pull from. They could potentially take
Yeah.
some, because that technology is getting pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, for sure. If they could do that with Alec Guinness,
Because imagine if they cold opened with Leia dying, so like first scene of this episode.
Yeah.
yeah,
She dies.
yeah.
Chalk up to Force Ghost, and then she shows up like Luke intermittently throughout episode 9.
Yeah.
Just tidbits, flashes, because she's
Yeah.
maybe not a fully fledged
Right.
Jedi.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be one way to go about it.
Leia as a Jedi, I couldn't see it. I wouldn't be able to see it.
We know she has training because she's Force Ghosted her fucking way
Yeah.
through space. So
Well, what if that was just like a fucking fluke? Like it was just like she was just
No,
like,
no, no.
that was a very like
Too concentrated.
bitch
Yeah.
him out?
Yeah.
Well, everyone knew she was force sensitive, but I think like the director took it too much to heart, and by force sensitive, like force enabled is what
Exactly,
I mean.
because by the end of Return of the Jedi, she was feeling things, right? She's like, I feel this, I feel that.
Yeah,
within the
she-
Force.
She
It's like-
speaks of it, yeah.
Yeah, but that's
It doesn't get touched on in episode 7
Absolutely.
at all, but
none
she
of
gets
it,
such a
yeah.
small.
it was out of nowhere. It was like
piece.
stab.
Yeah, the way they pulled it out of the ass in episode 8.
That cheesed me. That made me
It
It was
bad.
cool when you watched it.
I was like, no!
Yeah.
I've been pooping.
Dude, I'm flying through fucking space.
Well, 'cause
man.
when I was in
Yo.
the theater with you,
I thought she was dead. You
yeah,
gotta stay in frame.
I do. I will move up.
yeah, and I was in the theater with you the first time we saw it, and like I just clenched your arm, like no way.
It was
It's
amazing.
such a mistake not sitting beside you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Who'd you sit with?
I got bamboozled. I have to sit beside Justin, but Justin does not like it when I talk about movies. I know
No
it's the
talking.
worst. I know it sucks
Dog.
to talk during the movies, but I do it anyway.
Dude, it started
When we were talking,
Talk.
when Matt saw it that one time, when we
Oh.
had during the episode 8, the light speed scene through the battle cruiser,
It was
you remember?
so
It was a
dope.
big
The Dreadnought.
Yeah.
during the middle of the movie, like when that happened, I leaned over to my friend Matt.
Those guys go. Those
Guys,
guys go.
folded.
Folded in half.
Laser beams.
Yeah, it was
dude,
fucking
great.
hilarious.
But yeah, so
If
Leia, yeah, go on.
there's like one of two ways you could go. I really hope they go the fan service way, like give her a true rebellion death, like maybe do the 5-minute CGI thing and show
Yeah.
her this triumphant sacrifice, and then we maybe get a little bit Force Ghost of her. I think
Yeah,
that would
cool.
be the only way to do it.
Meryl Streep should
respectfully.
only be the body double for stunts.
I think it would be so stupid to do it.
Meryl
I think it would be a terrible idea
CG
to
the rest
cast for
over
someone
her
else.
face.
So, all of the backlash has just been because it's not, it's like disrespectful to Carrie Fisher. Like I hear all
Well,
this
it's not
stuff.
disrespectful to
I wouldn't-
replace someone.
For sure, especially because they're actually close friends in real life. So I feel like they were, but if she wanted somebody to do it, it might be her.
Someone's got to do it.
But
if someone's got to do it.
But that's the thing is that do you really need someone to do it, or
This
is
is
it
what
just
I mean. They should take a literary
Yeah.
outlet here.
exactly?
It would be a foolish idea to CGI, try and make it
'Cause
look like she isn't dead.
Grand Moff
Yeah.
Tarkin didn't look that good in Rogue One. For the CG.
What are you talking about? I
She
dug
was
it.
pretty good. I thought he was pretty good.
Leia, on the other hand, was a little strange, but she's
Yeah,
on.
that's what I got
she's
weirded
on-
out by.
porcelain. She was
Yes.
porcelain.
Well, that's and like I think it's easy to do CGI when you've got like a wrinkly old man as opposed to like somebody who's.
Like young as fuck that
Yeah.
blends into the.
She got one line. She had literally 2 seconds of screen time. Like it was good.
Yeah,
I thought it worked well.
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah. Oh, that's all she said.
Hope.
I don't know. I think that's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. She's been Princess Leia for 40 fucking years, man. Like, let her see it through.
Let her die and like I don't care. I don't even care if they kill her off screen, just as long as they make her death like fucking sick.
So
What would be sick?
Oh,
What is
yeah.
what is
fucking
sick?
blasters.
No, man.
Yeah, no.
I think it's gotta be like what happened with Episode 8, where what's her face, purple hair chick.
hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go like that. Pilot a ship into
Oh,
Death
yeah.
Star 3, like, and slice some more
Yeah.
Death Stars in half.
Star Killer Base.
They're gonna do that again. They're gonna have more like light speed.
I
fucking
hope they
attached.
don't do
Like-
that because that apparently, I think it broke the idea of space combat or just space warfare and Star
We
Wars.
see a lot more kamikaze ships.
Yeah. It's like I'm going out.
Remember like the hammerhead
Boom.
from Rogue One where it like pushed the Star Destroyer
That
into the
was
others.
dope.
Or
Yeah.
but that movie really did break a lot of stuff in terms of space with the whole bombs, like the bombs in space.
Oh no, they were magnetically drawn
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
ship. Remember that?
You told me about it. You're like, dude, I found the answer. I found it.
Disney posted
a month
it. Disney
later.
posted
A
it.
month later after the
What's
movie comes
it's
out.
got? Okay, of course. Like, you're literally talking about space wizards.
Yeah.
So, okay, we can maybe deal with
And there's also like
gravity,
fire in
pseudo-
space too. It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. And noise. Any sort of noise in space is
But
like
to
defunct
me,
as well.
I think that movie totally ruined that because of the way that Leia was able to save herself from being, in space. Because like I said, remember,
So
you have all of
short.
those different Jedis who were shot out of like a fighter in space. Mace Windu flown out the window. Could have like Anakin literally like flew through Coruscant like all the levels, right?
Did he?
Yeah, and he survived.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember when he dives out of
Giant-
they're chasing after...
Oh
Sam-
yeah, the
Sam
assassin.
Wessel.
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Wessel, yeah.
The Lizardo, the Argonian.
They're going
Yeah.
to the shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Doo from Witcher.
Okay, so wait. There's been no precedent where there's been, like, she's been able to... Okay, we've seen Jedi die in space
Yes.
and exploding aircraft. We haven't really seen vacuum of space deaths with Jedi.
The first thing I saw, I
Who else has
thought.
been jettisoned into space?
Plo Koon. No.
His
Actually,
ship
no.
blows
Yeah,
up.
his ship blows up in thing. I can't think.
I can't think of any other Jedi that's been jettisoned into space.
No.
No.
Like, we
I
saw
don't think
Grievous
any.
go out the window at one point, and then he grapples back onto the ship.
With his, yeah.
But that's obviously not the same situation.
Yeah, Bruce was
I think this K is a
I don't know,
precedent
maybe it
here
was.
where maybe
Well, the first thing I
Just
thought when I saw
plausibility.
Leia floating
Yeah.
in space was like she would have just exploded because of the vacuum in space.
that's not how vacuum space works. No, it's not actually like a pressurized issue. Humans can survive in space.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Deep cold.
Yeah,
Oh.
you just freeze yourself to death
Instantly.
out there.
Well, the thing is, your eyes would turn to ice very quickly.
Yeah,
Because of the water content.
yeah.
But okay, you just go force force.
We are talking about Star Wars.
Force shield. Yeah,
Let's
Yeah.
be-
like realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, space
Yeah.
wizards and space witches.
Yeah.
You know.
So, but yeah, no, I for Leia though, I she needs to like you said.
I
she
think
needs-
we have a
good
consensus
death.
in the fact that she needs a death.
Yeah, she needs a death,
Yeah.
or I don't know. I kind of like my idea.
I think like first I'd go Act
Yeah.
1 death, then Act 2 we have Rey like succeed into that role.
Yeah.
Maybe, like that could be a good character arc from her.
Now she's
purpose.
now she's the Chancellor and a Jedi. She's everyone.
Give her
I've never
purpose.
seen
Like,
her
she's
as a
just
Jedi.
like, I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am, and all of this. Like that's the line that she said with all the promotion in Episode 8. Maybe
don't have
she
her.
finds a home in the rebellion, and
Yeah.
the death of Leia like makes her grow into that. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
that could be easily plausible.
Yeah,
In terms of like, okay, giving some character real dimension.
yeah. I just this trilogy's getting on my nerves.
Oh my god, dude. You guys are such weenies about it. Until we see episode 9, and if it's
It's
hot
not a
garbage,
trilogy yet.
then you can say, okay.
I don't like
guess.
episode 7 and 8. Not as much as you.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Why?
I don't like them. They're not good,
So
dude.
bad.
Kylo Ren's a bitch. He's never won a fight except against a guy who's never used a lightsaber in his life, who thought he was force sensitive because he's a fucking.
And
nut.
he got dinked by him too.
Yeah, he got fucked by him too. He's never won a
You got
fight.
a good shot on him.
Yeah.
Who?
Poe or Finn.
Yeah, of course Finn did, but also like.
Because he strikes from the back, right? Slices the back.
No, so he pokes Kylo, I think, in the arm.
No, he pokes him in the arm and he gets the face. Or
No,
was that Rey?
that's Rey.
That's Rey.
Yeah, Rey gets the face.
Rick.
Rey gets the face. Yeah, no, she was that. By the end of it, like, that was kind of a decent lightsaber fight.
We haven't
so.
seen episode 1 to 3 fights yet. Like the depth of the combat in those episodes.
Yeah.
Do you think that if
Oh,
episode 4, 5, 6 were redone,
would they have the same choreography?
No.
if George Lucas was doing it, I think it would.
Oh, if George Lucas was a nutball, of course he'd do it.
But I think he would do 4, 5, and 6 in a more stylized episode 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, dude, it would be great. I would watch it.
I would have loved to have seen
Of course.
Vader and Obi-Wan really go at it.
Yeah, have you seen that remastered version of Obi-Wan and Vader's duel on the Death Star? If they did it in modern times, or like if they did it, it
No.
is absolutely, like, it's maybe a 10 or 15 second clip, and it is
Maybe he did make it to r/Reddit.
insane
Star Wars.
because you see Vader just actually like moving his body, swinging, and it's not just like two old men slacking
This is like,
each
I
other
want to
with
see
sticks.
Dude,
real Vader.
They were
combat.
like,
Exactly.
like it wasn't like any good combat between Obi-Wan and the Death
We
Star.
never saw any good combat with Vader except for Rogue One.
That wasn't even good
I
combat.
think
He murked a bunch of
I think,
rebels.
I think Vader's good combat was decent by the end of during the Return of the Jedi duel. Even in Empire Strikes Back, he was going at it, like he was swinging hard.
Yeah.
Luke was great. In my opinion, Luke's choreography was great.
Yeah, because
Um,
he's a good duelist. He's a good
I
Yeah.
think
Or
that
say
the
more.
ambition of the fight choreography in episode 4, 5, and 6 was relatively minimal. If you
Yeah.
think about when George Lucas had his budget for episode 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
like how extensive the combat was. Like that last sequence between Obi-Wan and Anakin on
Yeah.
Mustafar is 45 minutes of sword fighting.
Is it?
Close to
Is it
The
45
whole
minutes?
sequence is almost 40
It's
minutes. It's very
Really?
very
I didn't. I
long.
think it was. I thought it was like 15.
because
We have Anakin starts there.
You have
and then
Anakin-
Obi-Wan gets
and
there.
then but then you also got
Oh,
in between
yeah.
it you also have the Emperor dueling Yoda.
Oh, that's true. There's so much overlap.
Oh,
There's
and the
just
Senate as
so
well.
many
It's just so
fights
much
happening
shit
at
going on.
once.
Yeah,
It's
well, that's because Order 66 as
It's
well.
probably almost an hour straight of lightsabers ignited, and you go, that is
Well,
super ambitious in terms of fight choreography.
Lightsabers
Yeah.
and blasters too with the Order 66 thing. Even in Kashyyyk, the Battle of Kashyyyk, even before that, literally it was
Yeah.
just like it's just that entire
That
section of the
whole
movie is just
hour and a half.
action. That's just to make up for episode 1's just relentless Senate scenes.
They didn't have a lot. Actually, they did.
We think about how long Darth Maul's combat sequence was.
That was so
That
good.
was pretty amazing. And so you think about like if they were to redo 4, 5, and 6 like in our heads.
Yeah.
If George Lucas could have had, I think
That
it would have been
budget.
as ambitious. I think the Obi-Wan and
Choreography-wise.
Vader would have
Yeah.
been. Yeah, because you look at like Luke's fight
Yeah.
in Episode 6.
Yeah.
It's kind of weak with Vader. It's,
Where
like, it's
you-
interesting. There's a little bit of.
There's a saber throw.
There's
Oh, that's true.
there's a saber throw,
There's
and
a
then
saber
Luke goes fucking insane at the end of it. He's
Dude, watching Luke go, oh man,
Go off.
awesome.
I would have liked to see more of that in Episode 8, man.
I would have liked to see, yeah,
Or
that's the
sometimes
thing.
swing like once.
Why didn't they clash blades, man? Well, he couldn't. He was
I
a
really
fucking
liked
ghost.
that whole sequence when Kylo blocks it. When he's like lying down and Luke actually
yes,
goes for the
yes.
strike or whatever.
That would have been a very interesting
There's a
scene to
dream
like
sequence.
actually like,
Yeah.
Because
go,
they just
go
like,
on.
so if I remember correctly, it's not actually the way it went, right? Because Luke brought his sword up, but never ignited it. Because we saw it twice.
Luke
right?
ignited it actually.
He ignited it, but doesn't swing.
Doesn't
versus
swing.
the first time we see it, he does swing,
Yeah.
and Kylo blocks and then brings the place down. Versus the second sequence,
Yeah.
which was the true one,
Yeah,
which is
him
he
thinking
ignites
about
it and then turns it back off, and Kylo sees it and goes and then brings the place down.
yeah.
But I would have liked to have seen Kylo. Man, I really wish that Luke and Kylo had fought. For
Dude,
real.
I thought about this.
I know.
Keanu Reeves as Kylo Ren would have been fucking amazing. The emotion.
You don't
Keanu
think
Reeves.
Adam Driver's doing a good job?
I think he's whiny. I think
really
he's,
like him.
I think he's.
He's
like,
probably
Adam
my favorite
Driver-
character of the whole.
Adam Driver's a good actor, just
No,
not like Kylo
okay.
Ren.
Here's the thing. All right, and this is something I've actually been trying to get off my chest for a while. Adam Driver is so freaking cool when he is Kylo Ren in the mask.
That's
And-
a fair point.
Without the mask, he's not as villain-esque and he's not as Vader-esque because everybody wants to be Vader. He wants to be Vader.
Yeah.
But even just the way he can conduct himself when he doesn't have the mask on, he's a child. He really is, and he acts like a child, which makes sense.
Because he throws tantrums.
But that's probably important.
That's probably important.
Yeah, but it's still
But-
like.
But
I liked him composed
But-
with the helmet.
oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was
But
amazing.
that
the hood-
opening sequence of episode 7.
Okay, that was good. That was a good opening sequence.
So good. Even
Such an
him
incredible
consulting Hux about stuff like,
Voice
Snoke.
changer.
Yeah, exactly. Snoke should have thought about the clone army, this and that. Like the tantrums when he hears about
That was good.
Rey slashing all the
How imposing
dashboards.
he was.
Great stuff. But think about it. We are at the end of the middle chapter. We're going into the final chapter, and Kylo Ren, the last we saw of him,
Was
he
on
was.
the 18, or was on the.
was on crate, and he was whining and going, "I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're very upset. Yada yada yada. I'm Adam Driver." Like,
That's
dude,
Owen Wilson, not Adam Driver.
dude,
but I'll let that
no,
slide.
he whined, man. It was not.
But I
it was
think
not-
it's like you guys want him to be Vader.
I know.
No, I don't
but
want to be
that's-
Vader. I don't want to be Vader.
Well, no, I don't want him to be
Like
another
you
Vader.
want him to be the Emperor.
No. I want him.
I want him to grow a pair of balls and step up for himself. That's what
I
I'm
want
saying.
him.
did.
I want
Well,
him
that's
to
time to go
be.
fight his master.
I want him to be a Sith. I want him to be a Sith.
He's not. He's not a classically trained Sith. You guys
Well-
are wanting something the character is not.
I know.
That's
Well,
why
I
you think he'll
know.
never be appeased.
Well, okay, and
So
then
you gotta
this
look
is
at
another
what
thing
the
too.
character is.
This is another thing too. In Star Wars, basically everything, single thing that we've had so far in terms of villains, we've got a calculated villain
Yep.
with tact and a lot of
Brutal.
just like brutal mental warfare going on, and
Yeah.
then you have his like pawn piece, who's just a brutal enforcer-esque character. You had Darth Maul, you had Count Dooku, which was actually kind of very much so like the Emperor, but
Yeah.
still had the balls to
Just
go
what
out and
we've
fuck
seen.
some shit up.
Grievous.
You had Grievous, and then you had Vader, who was literally just like a force to be reckoned with, right?
Yeah.
Quiet, but I will like rip your face off kind of character.
Yeah.
Now that Snoke is gone, we don't have that tactful, calculated character like Thrawn, like the Emperor, and we just have
We have Hux, who's a baby, and so is Kylo Ren.
I don't really like that.
if Hux was more like Thrawn, if Hux was more like Gallus Rax from
And
the
Grand
books,
Moff Tarkin.
more like Tarkin. Like Tarkin apparently was not even scared of Vader. Like Tarkin was above Vader. You know Tarkin was above Vader.
Yeah.
Like
He was a Grand Moff.
So I guess maybe we need a more imposing character. I think that's what you're saying. Is you
Definitely.
want
Hux to be a good character.
the villain, to me, the villain always makes the story
It's
infinitely
weird
better.
that they deviated from this rule of two. I mean, I understand that came to an end with Vader's death. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe you can chalk it up to there being, okay, this is the end of the rule of two.
Yeah.
We've never seen Snoke ignite a lightsaber. We saw him use the Force.
Yeah.
Whether he's a true Sith, we don't really know. Like,
I don't know what
I guess-
Snoke is. I think it's just. I think it's even pointless just to even think about it at this point because he's
listen,
dead.
we can't say until episode 9, like until we see it and we go, okay, there was massive plot holes versus. Okay,
Yeah.
if we episode 9 ties a lot of the stuff off in a bow, you'll go, okay, this was just chalked up to like we wanted to tell a 3-episode story
Yeah.
versus 3 cohesive stories.
It should be like 3 hours long. I think like just to like.
I have no doubt it will be 2:45. You think about episodes 3 was 2:45.
Yeah.
Was the
So the
longest
final
one.
episodes are always long.
But
that's
there's so
right.
much story to tell because
Yeah.
they really. I think these people want to tell a cohesive story.
For sure, but they didn't. Like, I mean,
I
they haven't.
They haven't yet. This is it.
I
Well,
think
but
that
the transition from The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi is completely gone. There's nothing there that has basically.
I don't
taken
care about
anything.
Finn anymore.
Yeah.
I just
I
wanted
think that
100% Rey and Kylo.
the end
That's
of
what I
this
wanted.
trilogy
Well,
should be
that's
the
the way
end
it's
of
gonna
Rey, Finn, and whatever that is.
No,
They
they're
should
not going to do it. You want to know why? Because
Why?
Rey's going to be this poster child, Mark Hamill character for Disney and Lucasfilm now. She's going to be the master of the Academy that is in the next trilogy with all of the.
I want to wipe her.
she's gorgeous. She's just not.
I can't wait to see where the story's going. Like, because I think there's so much potential.
Yeah.
Like, this whole idea with her carrying around the staff for 2 movies, like,
and
I
not
really
making it
wanted
into a
I
lightsaber.
really wanted it to be a double-sided lightsaber.
I want to be a saber staff. It'd be so cool.
The movie comes to an end, and you just see her sitting on a stone, like Luke, on his bed. Like,
Yeah.
maybe he's done it on she's made it on Octal or some
Yeah.
shit, and she just sits there with her lightsaber floating in front of her, and both sides ignite. Lose my fucking
Yeah, but would that be enough for you to be like, okay, this is good?
No.
Realistically,
no.
Anytime I see Star Wars in digital media, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Realistically, it could be like loath wolves running in circles playing games.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what's
Yo,
up?
playing soccer. Knock it with our noses.
Easy to be pleased.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so there we go.
There we go.
I think we kind of fleshed out what we want.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want a
That's
saber
for
staff.
time.
I don't want a double-sided lightsaber. I want a saber staff, like a polar, like a saber
Go
polar.
back.
Darth Plagueis had one.
Is that what the Jedi Predator cards are?
Yeah, the Sentinels Jedi.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Really?
I think
That would be cool.
That's 30 minutes, boys.
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Well, it's been great. Fucking.
This is our new shortened time.
Yeah, we're gonna try and do
Yeah.
that because
For your
No one wants to
Yeah.
watch an hour of Star Wars programming. I'll tell you
I
that much.
do,
I
but
do.
I have all the time in the world because I'm a piece of shit.
There you go.
Anyways, thanks for listening. Shoot us a message or a comment or whatever.
Like and subscribe.
That too. Let us know what you guys want us to cover because we're gonna try and. I really want to get these
We're gonna do it all.
pumping out
Yeah.
faster. I see all these channels growing.
It's fun to just join the
Very
discussion.
Exactly. And for somebody to know that your discussion matters.
Look at
Put
our
your 10 cents out there.
Look at
you know
our,
what I
look
mean?
at our budget. We're killing it, boys.
Budget. The budget.
The
A
budget's
couch.
like $9 for beer.
Dude, yo, do you have a quarter? Yo, I got
We're gonna open a
quarter.
Patreon page just for that.
Yeah, it's like donate for our 6-pack, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More interesting content.
Scheme, right? But
Okay.
Yo, I was looking at this on and off, and some fucked up shit was happening in the show.
Dude, this show is great.
thanks
Anyways.
for watching.
Oh, bye,
See
bye,
you,
bye,
see you.
bye.